And we are now on Tempest Tantrum, Part 5, The Eye of the Storm, 50th of the Primordial Moon. I was gonna ask where all the fog went, but I guess if we are in the eye of the storm, that would make sense why it's nice and peaceful and calm today. Would you look at that? The weather's cleared up. Does that mean they were successful? Hopefully no one turned into a frog. Please, make room for the Great Voyage! Applause. Applause! Ta-da! It is I, your favorite Voyage, here to take you on a journey. I'm the great leader of... We forgot to come up with a group name. The Bog Bodies. The Bog Bodies! Welcome back. Where's the rest of your fabulous troop? Outside. They got distracted by the flowers outside. Lovely. I don't have any flowers to offer you, but how about a drink? No, thank you. I'm going to let Melly know all about our case. You're a wonderful assistant, Baya. Thank you. I'll send the little birdies inside. So, they get along now? Splendidly. They didn't stop talking the whole way back. Ah, they're friends now. Innkeeper, your forget-me-nots are looking gorgeous. Thank you, Archie. As do you two. Are you trying to charm a story out of us? Yes. Well, it's working. Prepare for our wonderful tale about saving Asteria from the Tempest's wrath. Before that, can I offer anyone a drink? Please, I've been craving one the whole way back. Perhaps something with the fang of a colossal saber-toothed tiger. We saw one on the way through the Forbidden Valley and it was breathtaking. On it. So why would you want to drink a drink made out of its fang? Whatever. Whatever, Archibald. Let's see. So it grants agility and strength. So we want to make a drink with some agility and strength, I believe. We could just make an ocean fizz. It's cute and looks delicious. Oh wait, we don't. Do we need? Yeah, okay, we need another pour of that. I can count. Ocean fizz coming right up. God, that's cute. I hope this will make you feel as brave as a saber-toothed tiger. Oh my, it does indeed. Absolutely delectable as usual, innkeeper. I'll take that tail now. Of course. First, Oleander got us to the Forbidden Valley with remarkable haste. It was difficult to navigate through the storm, but my traveling companions weren't all that bad. We were faster than I thought we would be. Making it through the gravel-mac... The hell's a gravel-mac? Making it through the gravel-mac was difficult, but it was nothing compared to the poisonous Dead Man's Lake. Did you know there's creatures inside of it? No, and I would have been fine not knowing. As if. You're nosy. Oh, he's got me there. True. They tried to drag us into the lake, and we dropped the mechanism. It almost fell into the corrosive waters. But Baya caught it just in time. And then Voy had an idea. He saw aberrations appearing in the fog not too far from us, and he ran towards them. We followed him, of course, as did the lake creatures. The aberrations latched onto them, and while our foes were busy fighting, we escaped. It was pretty smart. Thank you. It was super close call. My heart is racing all over again. Can I maybe have a drink to help me calm down? How about one of those 1,000 winds? Since we stopped a storm and all. Perfectly on-themed. 1 second. Alright, so let's make 1,000 winds. Very cute, very cute. Do we need an infusion for this one? Might as well. YOLO. I feel like in the base game I didn't really like making drinks with infusions, but now in the DLC I really enjoy it actually. A 1,000 winds tamed just for you. This tastes awesome. I feel like I'll start floating any minute. Anyhow, Lily led us deeper into the valley, which was fascinating. Wait, did he just call Oleander Lily? Lily. Oleander. Obviously. Maybe we should write down what we saw in the valley. Like in a book? Well, you write those, right? And they're pretty good. So maybe you, could make something like a guide. I'd love that. We should definitely do that. We were brainstorming what to do next while hiding from one of those frolicking flytrap things, when Archie suggests asking for researchers for help. I think perhaps they could point us in the spirit's direction. The Forbidden Valley is quite large after all. Finding the settlement itself was difficult, so Voy told us to put our heads together. Metaphorically, of course. I kind of feel like they're gonna smooch. Archie told me about the mutated elderberry bushes the researchers had said he planted near the outpost. So I found a many-eyed squirrel and Baya convinced it to lead us to the bushes. Worked like a charm. The researchers were happy to see us, once they stopped thinking we were stormy aberrations. They're a strange bunch of people, but they're also very kind. When we told them about our problem, they were fascinated. So I asked them if they wanted to take a look at the mechanism. And then I sang them tunes to get them in the right headspace for smart people things. A dramatic ballad about the Tempest's heart. It was delightful. Annoying and creative was what I was going for, but sure. With a little bit of inspiration, they were able to figure out what it was. A zoetrope. It's some sort of spinning picture thing. Archie happened to know all about zoetropes. The researchers thought that it was a spirit's home, as it was the central part of how the mechanism would have functioned. With it destroyed, the spirit was trapped inside, but at least it still had shelter. Now it had neither a home nor any enrichment for its purpose. It sounded quite terrifying. So I thought, what if we built it a new home? Something fun, so it doesn't have to be bored and lonely. We started brainstorming ideas, since we didn't think we could fix the zootrope. The divine design would have been difficult to replicate. One researcher even thought it could have been made by a dragon themselves. We were a bit overwhelmed trying to live up to that, but then Lily had an idea. I suggested we build it a lantern. Lanterns are very useful for guiding people. It would get to see a lot of the Forbidden Valley, all while regaining a purpose and a way to spend time with others. It was a genius idea. Thank you, Archie. Obviously, we didn't know if the Tempest would like it. So while the researchers got to work building a lantern, using the center of the zoetrope as a home for the flame, we sought out the spirit. They were pretty sure it was terrorizing the wildlife of nearby Toad Thicket. So your plan was to pitch the new contraption? We decided on no plan, just vibes and improvisation. I love it. That's how I'm handling life. You decided that. You can't argue with the effectiveness of that decision. I could, but I'm choosing not to. We found the Tempest stuck in one of the frozen traps of a sleep moose. I was going to walk up to it and use the opportunity to pitch our proposal, but then I saw Lily eyeing that trap. I asked him if he wanted to help, and he said, yes, I felt sorry for it, being stuck in that trap and on our plane, I guess. So I asked Baya if she could fortify my arrows with thorns, then I stepped forward and shot an arrow at the trap. I hit a weak spot and it splintered, freeing the Tempest. Immediately it rushed forward, but stopped right in front of me, staring me straight in the eye. I looked back calmly, and in the tongue of the primordial sea, I said, "We're building you a new home. Would you like to see it?" It was a bit confused by the suggestion, so I crouched down and drew a lantern outline in the dirt while explaining our idea in detail. I proposed we could start with a trial period, see how it liked spending time with the researchers. And I promised if it didn't like it there, I would personally bring it back to the primordial sea. It was so scared it would just be forgotten about and lost again. But I assured it that my friends, my traveling companions, would never let that happen, and it believed me. So back at the camp, we offered it the finished lantern. The gift made it dance in excitement. Baya had taught it a happy dance on the way back. Oh, she's so precious. With a rumbling sound, the Tempest entered the mechanism, and as it did, the raging storm around us was absorbed as well. Bit by bit, the hooded lantern absorbed the storm, until it was all gone, Inside the mechanism was a purple flame, still dancing happily. Then we properly introduced the spirit to researchers. They all pitched their research projects, trying to see which one it would like to delve into the most. It was really interested in primordial spores. I should try adding some of those to a drink. That's exactly why we didn't bring any back. We all spent the night celebrating together, before embarking on our journey home. What an eventful quest. And great persuasion work, Oleander. Can I offer you a drink on the house as a thank you? Aren't all your drinks on the house? You wish. Ominous. But yes, please. I own all of your souls in exchange for drinks. Bet. Maybe something for my brain? Another headache? No, I'd like to understand the build of the lantern better, in case I ever run into a loss of spirit again. How adventurous of you. Alright, what do we want? Probably a silent owl again. Do we have a hairball? Any infusions that will help with that? Yeah, let's go with this one. Ding ding, order up the silent owl. Here, I hope this will brighten your day like a magical lantern. Your drinks are far too good to be free, you know that, right? Is that a complaint? No, it's a compliment. Thanks. Character information unlocked for Oleander. And who would have thought that he'd actually learn to put his guard down and let some light in? It seems like behind that giant wall of duty and responsibility slumbers a gentle and caring soul that also happens to have a way with fiery spirits. Aw, I like him. So, now you're all gonna take a nap? Now we're helping Archie with his travel plans. Travel plans? I'd like to see more of Asteria, to meet interesting people and creatures and hear all about their stories. The researchers actually offered to let me stay for a bit, so I might go back. I can't wait to travel the world and write all about the brave people I encounter. Not alone, of course. Solo trips aren't really for me. You should take Oleander along. I'd love that. I wouldn't mind either, I guess. Oh, they're gonna kiss. Because I said so. As long as we're not gone for too long, the grove and all. Of course, we'll start small. How do you feel about Boreas? Excited, to be honest. Excellent. Sounds like there are a lot more adventures waiting for you. Aren't there always? Life's just a never-ending chain of adventures. And we can't wait to tell you about all of them. But for now, how about we go check on those frog venturers in Fable's treehouse? Good idea. Can we bring them by the tavern afterwards? Anytime. I'll get a drink ready for them. Oh, was that it? We beat the DLC too? Oh, that was so cute. That one went pretty fast though. So we just beat all the content I had for Tavern Talk, and I appreciate you all so much for taking this journey with me. I had a really fun time. Whether you watched it live or checked it out on YouTube, I greatly appreciate it either way. I was admittedly a little bit disappointed with how fast I felt like the ending went by, and I kind of wish that the rest of our companions, our adventurers, our followers had kind of shown up to chat with us on that very last episode of the main storyline. But otherwise, I thought it was a really great journey. It was emotional, and I felt an attachment to all the characters. I don't think there was a single one that I didn't enjoy. I also still really wish we had met Kyle's wife, or ex-wife I should say. I want to know who married Kyle. But if you enjoyed your time here, I would greatly appreciate a like, maybe a subscribe, or even a follow on my Twitch. And if the sub prices on Twitch are too high, you can also support me by subscribing to my Patreon or buying me a coffee with Ko-fi. All the links are in the description below. I super appreciate it. And if you are interested in checking out Tavern Talk for yourself, maybe making some different decisions that I didn't make, going with some different drinks, getting some different trinkets, you can find it on Steam. And I was gonna look through the Steam page now and show you all the fun stuff that you can get. So here in the Tavern Talk, a cozy visual novel downloadable content, you can get the supporter edition, which I will probably upgrade to later. I don't have the supporter edition right now, but it says show your support for Tavern Talk with our supporter upgrade, including 5 bonus tracks, a short story, 10 wallpapers, and a special costume for Fable. So that's really cool. There is the Tempest Tantrum DLC, which we did play. That was really nice. I think it was definitely worth the $4.99 price. It was kind of short, sweet, to the point, and we got to see some of our favorite adventures. They also have Tavern Talk digital tarot cards. The major arcana includes 22 Tavern Talk themed, wonderfully illustrated print-ready cards for you to admire and indulge in for $10. That's super cute. I'll probably go back and get that later as well. If you are a fan of actually playing tabletop D&D, you can get Tavern Talk the digital pen and paper one-shot that is 5th edition compatible. There are 3 digital battle maps. They refer to locations from the Tavern Talk storyline, and they come as PNGs ready to print for personal use only and ready to use for virtual tabletops. There is the soundtrack that you can get, which I'm also super interested in getting. I want to hear Fable's song again that was at the end, like in the credits, because that was really pretty. And then there is also a Tavern Talk lore book, a digital edition of the Tavern Talk lore book in full color. This one, I love art books and lore books. This looks really cool. I know I'm definitely interested in getting this. But yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed your time here. I, again, super appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye, spooky pookies.